minutes to go until the polls open for these 2016 local municipal elections. It's time now to take a trip around the country and find out how the different regions are doing. And our first stop is KwaZulu-Natal. Ayanda is holding the fort down in KwaZulu-Natal. Let's say good morning to her, find out how things are going and what to expect for the voting today. Ayanda, it's great to see you. A very good morning to you. Can you believe it? 20 minutes to go.
Absolutely, Leanne, a very good morning to you and great to see you too, and a good morning to all our viewers at home. We're coming to you from the Durban International Convention Centre, the base for the IEC, or the Provincial ROC, the Results Operating Centre. It's pretty quiet at the moment, but I tell you, this is the calm before the storm. Later on today, this place is going to be a buzz of activity, as we know that soon the electoral staff will be here. We also have the data capturers. They'll also be making their way here as soon as waiting for those results to be coming through later on this afternoon. We're also having political parties. They're certainly going to descend on the IEC, making sure that they are here so that they can follow the results as they come through. We've got 32 political parties that are contesting these elections here in KwaZulu-Natal. 27 will be here and they have representatives here at the IEC, and of course, we've also have independent candidates. 207 independent candidates will be contesting wards across the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and the majority of them from the eThekwini Metro, 57 of them. So they'll also be here, also following very closely their wards to see what is happening and how they fare there. But of course, the focus is not here for the moment. It's not at the base. The focus is outside. And as you said, the clock is ticking till 7 o'clock when the gates open and the people of KwaZulu-Natal, 5.4 million voters in KwaZulu-Natal are expected to go to the polls today. Certainly the province, everything from the IEC, it's all systems go. We've had the past 2 days which have been a good dry run for the IEC. Yesterday, well, the first day, there are a few glitches here and there, not too much. We only had one voting station which had a bit of a problem, and that was down in Mzumkulu. But yesterday, everything was back to normal. So certainly the IEC saying that they are happy and everything is ready and they're comfortable that we will have a free and fair election today. Also, of course, knowing our province, we've had a number of incidents in the build-up to the election. And on the security front, our security agencies are saying that they are ready for today's election. The province have also had some interesting developments in the past 2 days, mostly regarding one party that unfortunately will not be contesting these elections, and that is the National Freedom Party. So that is our story that we've really been discussing. And joining me now is our political analyst, Dr Bheki Mngomezulu, who will be with us for the rest of the day. Dr Mngomezulu, good morning to you and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
I know this is our big story. You know, everywhere else across the country, it's the big metros, the talk is over the big metros. But for KwaZulu-Natal, really the story now has been the scramble for the NFP votes. The political parties all saying, no, we have the endorsement of the NFP. So, I mean, why is it so important? I mean, all of these political parties, is it because really most of the parties have been trying to make inroads into our rural municipalities?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that in a way, I think it's very discouraging to see political parties scrambling for the NFP votes, because one would have expected that they will be doing their homework, whether or not the NFP is contesting the election. But now that the NFP is no longer there are two things that are happening. On the one hand, you have political parties that are negotiating with the NFP leadership. That is the ruling party, the ANC. And then you have other political parties that are going straight to the voters themselves. That is what the IFP has been doing. That is what the DA has been doing. That is what the EFF has been doing, and a number of other small political parties. So basically, what we see happening here is that at a national level, the official position of the NFP, a position which has also been endorsed by the party leader, that is Umamugama Kwazamsebi, is that the NFP is going to vote for the ANC. But then, of course, we cannot force people to vote once they're on the ballot boxes. So basically, the individuals within the NFP might decide otherwise. Otherwise, the official position is that the NFP will vote with the ANC, which is not something surprising, given that after the 2011 election, where the NFP and the ANC are working together in 19 municipalities. So it's a very interesting indeed.
Interesting indeed. Dr Mngomezulu, I'm just going to hold you for now. Obviously, the focus of today is outside our voting stations. Let's just get a quick update. My colleagues are out across the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and they'll be bringing us all the updates on what exactly is happening at the voting stations. For now, I have my colleague Sibonga Mngomezulu. She's in the heart of the Durban CBD. She's outside the Durban City Hall. Sibonga, very good morning to you.
A very good morning, Ayanda. A very good, but it's very chilly morning. We're just outside the Durban City Hall, which is one of the voting stations under eThekwini Metro, which is Ward 28. And the people have begun to come. They're long waiting for the doors to open so they can be the first people to cast their votes. They have been anticipating this day for the past 2 months. So now that it's here, we have seen a couple of people, almost 10 people who were waiting outside the gates of the City Hall at the front, waiting for the election observers, waiting for the election party agents and police officers to make sure that they come here and they cast their votes on time and they become the first people to cast their votes on this day. I must make mention though that elections do elicit a lot of excitement, and on Monday when the police were deployed, the leadership of the province did emphasize that the province will be largely secured. And I must make mention that in every voting station that we have visited for the past 2 days, there is a high presence of a police contingency, making sure that we have a free, fair and yet very safe election process. It was made mention by the IEC as well as the provincial leadership that the ballots from the special voting up until today were kept in a very safe place under 24-hour surveillance, and they will be brought today to be counted alongside the other votes. Looking at the scene now, it's fairly quiet, but as the day progresses, it is calm before the storm. We are expecting a large number of people to come here and vote, as they had much anticipated to come and vote on this day, and we're hopeful that the turnout, especially on this metro, will be higher than expected. Ayanda?
All right, Sibonga, just very quickly, you spoke about a few people there. You've been out yesterday and also last night. What is the mood amongst the voters? Are they excited? Or are you getting a sense that people will be coming out in their numbers to vote this morning?
Even though one cannot guarantee the certainty, but judging from yesterday night, a parade from the youth was very massive across the town. ANC Youth League marched and paraded across all the cities of the town, and they made sure that the early hours of the morning they're going to be here and they're going to cast their votes, giving certainty and confidence that their votes will absolutely make the change that they anticipate. Ayanda?
Right, Sibonga, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was our reporter, Sibonga Mngomezulu at the Durban CBD. She's outside the City Hall. We'll also be later on throughout the day crossing to our other reporters who are out, ensuring that we give you comprehensive coverage of these elections. But for now, let's hand things back to Pretoria.